Hi, so this is the final video documenting my progress on developing the skill of typing more quickly. So I just took the type racer test a few minutes ago, and I ended up with an average score of 79. So that is much better than what I had the first time I took it. I got approximately 66, so that's around 13 words per minute better than I had in the beginning. I could also, I don't even really need the data to be able to tell, like I could just, it kind of just feels easier when I'm playing the game. Like I've noticed that. So I'll give it a try now and see how it goes. Okay, so that time I ended up with 75 words per minute. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it does feel like a difference between when I'm doing the race when it's like when I'm recording. There's some kind of pressure that's added to it. I was thinking about how it's, I actually, the way I've been doing it, the race is it's just like practice mode, so it's basically, there's another mode where you can compete against other people. And I was actually wondering, though I never thought about it until today, is that I wonder how the motivation would be different, like if I would end up doing better or worse under the pressure of competing. So, for example, one thing I feel like is sort of motivating to get me to like really focus and try hard is like when you're doing one of these races, it is telling you how much, first off, yeah, it's telling you like how much time is passing. And it's also telling you, like, if you're like 5 words in, it'll tell you thus far how many words per minute you've typed. And there's like a finish line. So that basically it makes it into a competition, which I would feel like make it pretty motivating, which is a lot different from, oh, I'm just by myself and on my own time I have to like type up an essay or something like that. So yeah, I do wonder with adding like if I were to play against other people, how I would do. So what else do I want to talk about? So I ended up I said in the last video that I might end up using shift to like make capital letters, but I decided not to do that because I felt like it would sort of mess up the study, because I've always been using, I've always pressed caps lock to type capital letters. So I was thinking with this, because they gave the example in Moonwalking with Einstein. I think specifically the example they gave had to do with, one of the examples had to do with typing when talking about the OK plateau. I think it's also would probably go under the category of something like automatic, like what we've been talking about recently, like driving. You could get automatic amnesia when you're driving. I would imagine, I don't, thinking about typing up an essay or something, I don't remember how that was, what was going on at the time, really. Yeah, and I feel like, so, what they said was important with developing a skill in Moonwalking with Einstein, talking about the OK plateau, is, you don't want to be on autopilot, so you want to be kind of uncomfortable in order to learn. And so I feel like since from now on I'm going to start typing without pressing caps lock, and instead I'm going to try holding shift to make capitals, I feel like I'll definitely in that time that I'm doing that, I'll be getting better at creating capital letters with shift. I'll be getting better at doing that exact thing, but I feel it's also possible that I'll just be getting better at typing in other ways as well, just because the overall process will not really be comfortable anymore. I'll always have to be kind of thinking about that. And so that's part of like what I said is developing a skill in the OK plateau is you have to be uncomfortable. Yeah, let me just see if there's anything else that I have to talk about. Don't think so. Yeah, so that's really it. Yeah, again, it's weird comparing the thing, something that's literally called type racer, to when I'm, typing an essay or something. It's a strange thing to compare. Also just in daily life, often, on the internet, when you type something, you hardly have to type it really. You can type, if I want to get to Facebook, what I have to do is I type F and then you press the down key and then enter, and then you're in Facebook. So that's a lot of like casually how typing goes. And then a lot of it is with texting, but that's different because it's like people use abbreviations and it's, just with your fingers like this, like it's definitely a different skill, I can tell, because my mom's like incredible at typing in terms of speed, but she's very slow at texting. But yeah, so it is sort of hard to tell the difference, because like I can definitely tell the difference when I'm playing the game that I've been better. But when I'm just typing in general, it sort of is hard to tell if I am doing it any faster. One, because there's nothing recording, the words per minute, but also it just doesn't really feel like there's no urgency really. Yeah, so that's that. Bye bye.